Wendinkuna, President of Ntetelelo Foundation, Kawega Zimene, founder of Transition Africa, and Patuche Zombezi from Umlambo Foundation. Can we give them a hand as they come to the stage? Lovely on their stage. This is youth, it's our time, guys. So I'll just give them the platform to introduce themselves and tell us what they're all about.
Hi everyone, my name is Wendinkuna, a grade 11 learner at Kwabehilanga Secondary School. So the topic that I chose today is entrepreneurship, since here in South Africa we need entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Standing before you is Patuche Zombezi. Patuche as in blessings. I'm from Limpopo in a small village called Vuwani. And I'm here with Umlambo Foundation as an intern. And first of all, I would like to thank our mama in her absence, Dr. Pumzile Umlambo Ngoka, for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Kawega Zimene. I'm the founder of Transitioning Africa. I am Dr. Cindy's mentee. And yeah, it's an honor for me to be sitting here on this panel. Thank you.
Okay, so a question to my panelists. I already said that our question today is, are our young people prepared for leadership, entrepreneurship, and generational influence and change? What is your take on it?
From my side, I think we are prepared, since as the Tetelelo Foundation, we encourage young girls and young men how to become the future leaders of tomorrow. And also we try by all means to bring technology into our lives to see how we can solve the problems that we have in our communities.
If I would like to rephrase from the question, according to my understanding, we are not equipped enough. I have written this as a debate. It's nothing personal. So on my side, the answer is no. Because we have lack of relevant skills. Many young people may not have necessary skills required by their employees. We graduate from different universities, different colleges, and after graduating, we don't get jobs. And when we talk about limited work experience, we might find that we don't have enough experience and we can't compete with the candidates who have experience. Another thing which is going on in this country, we have bursaries, yes, and there is this saying that the school is free. But as today, their kids were busy striking in university due to lack of bursaries. And when they strike, it's their rights. After striking, they got arrested. And when they arrest them, they got criminal record, which means no one is going to hire them again. So it's the problem as we are facing as youth. So when we can continue, we are going to talk about leadership. When we talk about leadership, the government is trying by all means it can to give us opportunity. As you can see me now, I am given an opportunities, but not everyone is given this opportunity. And if I can rephrase from myself, I completed my N6 around 2020, and since 2020, I haven't get any placement until last year. So this is the proof that we are not equipped enough to become a leaderships. So in conclusion, I think that's all I can say. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to speak from a different perspective. I'm a young person, a South African young person who I think has had a good run in terms of being a young person. I think I'm a young person who has had access to opportunities. Yes, I was born into that, but I think I had some will, right? And I think as young people, I think we are not prepared for leadership because we don't understand our sense of agency. The resources are there, we can access them, but we don't know how to tap into them because we want to kind of sit on the surface. So we had the discussion earlier about the African Continental Free Trade Area. I'm a trainee of institutions, intergovernmental institutions. I met Dr. Cindy when she was still at the African Union Commission. And that was a process through which I was able to define my agency, what policies are there in place for me to tap into, and the various spheres that as young people we can actually find something to do. So it's not that we're not prepared because we're not educated. South Africa has a great education. I saw yesterday that we even beat Egypt. I mean, Egypt is one of the strong economies in this continent, and yet we still have that high ranking. So we have that. We have decent public schools, comparing, don't mean to compare, but it's the truth. We have good social systems, social welfare systems. We have good subsidizing kind of structures for women in agriculture. So we have all of those things. But we want to plow into certain parts of a sector and not really look into the less glamorous things. And I think we're prepared mentally, we're prepared, I think we desire those things, but there's something that doesn't allow us to quite follow through in the other areas. And so in that aspect, we're not prepared. And so I think we need to identify our agency, because we're not all going to be in government, we're not all going to work in corporate. But if I can do hair, I can manufacture the hair, I can import the hair, from wherever. You can really have this mindset of like doing anything. You can sell anything, you can do anything, but you require a sense of agency to be able to do that. And you need to read, you need to ask for help. And that is where we're not prepared, but we're prepared in terms of our education and our country. Thank you.
Thank you so much to my panelists for such insightful points. I have a question though. What are the key skills and knowledge areas that young people need to be equipped with for effective leadership in South Africa today? What are the key skills and knowledge areas that young people need to be equipped with for effective leadership in South Africa today?
We as the youth of South Africa, we need to be encouraged to do more. Also us as the youth, the future is in our hands. We need to work effectively and think creatively when doing things. I understand when you say there are no opportunities in South Africa, but we must also think about the solutions that we must come with to solve these kind of problems. Thank you.
If I can understand you very well, your question is opposite to what I was talking. So don't be surprised when I'm going to answer a question direct, not what I was talking about. So to answer your question, we have to continuous learning. because the more we learn, the more we become creative. And we need to build the relationship with people in high positions. That's when we'll be able to start our own business. So in short, that's all I can say. And we need to seek for sponsors in order to start a business. There are people from NYDA who are urged to help youth who want to start a business. So yeah.
Okay, so I think it's a combination of internal, more soft skills, and then literal skills. So I think we do need skills. We need to be trained in the various sectors that we choose to go into. But you can be trained and go through a module and get an education. But what you do with that is what matters. And that's what determines that you become a leader, or, you know, how you kind of navigate your journey and your growth. So I think we do need those skills. If you want to become a fashion designer, go to fashion school. If you don't have the money, figure out how to do it. Ask for help. On a more internal, more mental kind of will level, you need to have this thing where, I don't want to say you are teachable, but you need to yield to knowledge, you know. I have good people, you know. I knew what I wanted, and I asked for the help in that direction. Dr. Cindy will tell you, I was small when she met me. But you continuously ask for help. And when you ask for help, you kind of have that understanding of where you're going and what you need to get there. But you understand that every opportunity is in every space that you find yourself in is an opportunity to learn. So I think the skills that you need for leadership are planning, like you need to have a sense of direction and a will, but you also need to have a self-awareness, because that's how you capitalize on the environments that you find yourselves in each moment at a time. And when you are around women who are better than you, don't be offended. If you have a bachelor's and that lady has a PhD, you're gonna get that PhD. Learn from her, absorb her, yield and see those moments as blessings. Leadership is not academic or political. Those are the technical stuff. But really, we can have bad leaders and a mess in a corporate environment, in any space, but that space comes alive through, you know, that internal thing that you come with. And so I think as young people, we really need to really own this intergenerational space. It works, I can tell you for free, and have that that will and that self-awareness inside you to maximize on each moment. And I think that's what makes a leader, well, while they're still developing. Thank you.
Thank you so much to my fellow panelists. Just to add on to what you guys have been saying, I think as youth, you know, we tend to relax a bit, you know. I've heard a lot of youth saying, but we're not giving opportunities, but what are you doing? You know, to reach out, to look for those opportunities. Sometimes we will never be heard. You need to kick those down. And skills go beyond education, you know. The amount of time that we spend TikToking and Netflixing, we can use it to learn a new skill online and bring change to our communities, to our country, and globally. Now, before I close the panel, I see there's a lot of questions. There's one there from the table.
Mine is not a question. I see there is a lot of talent here. And as young people that are coming, you must get focused. I'm happy that you nearly touched something that is within my understanding, that as young people, you must not go and look for government, you need your own means of production. You nearly touched that, and I was happy for that, because we must not create a situation where we are going to be employees. That word, it is killing us. People are fighting because they want to get jobs, but create jobs. And I think what you're saying is very much important. From the young person from Alex, I'm very proud of what you just answered. It shows that if we can give more support to young people like you, tomorrow we're going to change the situation. But I'm glad that, Cindy, you organize young people. And I think the thinking must change. We must have to do things differently. Tina's Gugile, you know, this Thokozan was just a young girl when I know Thokozan. Young, very much young, she can tell you. But today is a leader leading other young people. And what I'm trying to say, Cindy, change the thinking. We cannot do things as usual. We must have an approach that tomorrow when you go to another country, we'll be saying what you did to South Africa, we are showcasing. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Mandombi Makopa. So I just want to also maybe just touch on and add on what Mama said over here, but also generally hearing the overall conversations of what today is. I think the thing as youth is to understand that being successful as a youth person or being in leadership, it's not sitting in the corner office. It's not being in the C-suites and wanting to be a founder and a CEO. I think it's important for young people to understand that we actually need to be on the ground. And maybe it comes with a bit of entitlement, but I want to move away from that, but also understand and speak to our elders, right? I think, as one of the speakers said, that but I think at the same time, we need our parents, our mothers, our fathers to put us in those positions, because that is why you find that today, even in leadership, understandably so, young people will continue to fight for as long as older people will sit in the positions. At the end of the day, you guys have worked up until a certain point. You need to hand over the baton, because for as long as you don't, we will continue to be subjected and try and, you know, say that no, but I went to Women Lead Forum and I still feel like I haven't gained anything out of it. As young people, take the initiative. If you speak to someone that you feel has resonated with you today, action tomorrow. Older people, answer our WhatsApps, answer our phone calls, the emails, because those are the steps that we need, right? That is part of what places, this is why we come here, you know? We come here to be educated, we come here to be empowered by people like you, but enough for us to to have an impact in the greater generations. So yeah, those are my parting words.
Okay, thank you so much. Because of time, we're gonna wrap up our panel. Thank you so much to my beautiful panelists for joining me for this powerful talk.
Like with independent leaders, isn't it? Creative leaders, huh? Creative, effective. That's beautiful. A round of applause for them one more time.